you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relay. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back karma. I just need some brains so I could keep myself in order.
It's me again. Yeah, I'm trying to kick all these stories out. So I'm getting ready to start the drinking series, and it's basically why I stopped drinking. My story is why I stopped drinking, but it's also stories that include other family members, but include alcohol. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, so I was introduced to alcohol. Oh, my bad. He got problems. She got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time. And let me not be rude, because let me spit this gum out, because that's rude. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Yep, I'm still at work, but I'm just finishing my last image for radiology. Okay, so basically, I was introduced to alcohol by my predator. Yeah, and so here's a snippet of me explaining and telling my son how I was introduced to alcohol. My first drink was bought by my stepfather. I was 11, so he bought my first drink, wine cooler, in a porno movie. So yeah, so I was introduced to alcohol at a very young age, but I was also being introduced because it was what do you say? More like a plot. It was a plot. Alcohol was being used as a plot, like it is in clubs in certain places nowadays. Anyway, right? So that experience, kind of, I don't want to use the word groom, but it was, in reality, it groomed me to watch my surroundings and be careful of the intake, because alcohol was being used as the weapon. I'll be back. Okay. So, since alcohol was being used as a weapon, I tried to be vigilant, aware of my surroundings and how it was being served, how much I was taking, and so forth and so forth. Right? So, I would say I would have instances, as teenagers, we would have instances where we were hanging out with friends, we would take a drink, we would take a shot, we would hang out or whatever, but nothing real serious. So, I'm at a I'm at a senior party, right? So, the senior party was given by this one of my classmates, and she lived in a house by it's not the beach, by the it was more of a riverfront. It was a riverfront house. Beautiful house, gorgeous. Literally, her mom was extremely nice, so she was having a senior party, right? So I got there before everybody else because we was cool or whatever. So I got there before everybody else, and we are excited and ecstatic about this senior party because we made it. We made it. We are graduating. We are getting out of high school, honey. We are ecstatic. Ecstatic. So I'm there before her. We are talking about the party. We are hyped. We are trying to get people to come together. And at this time, I want to make sure I'm saying it right. No. Okay. And at this time, we're just excited. And I think were we getting ready to graduate? Or we had just became seniors? I think we just became seniors because I think I was walking around drinking saying I'm a senior. Oh my God. Yeah. Horrible. Anyway, so we're ecstatic, we're hyped, we're ready for this party to get started, and I'm there hours before the party starts. Anyway, it was more of was it a pool party? Did she have a pool? I think she had a pool. Or did she? I can't remember. No, I think that was a whole different situation. Anyway, so but you could come dressed like in your bathing suit type whatever. It was a party, basically. It was a party. And during this time, like, she invited this DJ at the time who was really, really hot. It was the DJ who, like, he was being requested all over the county, because it was like our county and then the county next over, which is where we would go like shopping or whatever, because we were more like the suburbs, and then like once you crossed over like 3 or 4 bridges, that was the city. So it was a DJ from the city who was talked about, being bragged about, and she was excited because he used like his DJ name, so she was excited. She was like, he's coming to DJ my party. And then it was these dudes who were dancers, and she got them to come, and they was like really being hyped up. Don't remember their names or whatever, but they were being hyped up or whatever, right? So she was excited. She was ecstatic because she had put the word out. No flyers. Not that I can remember. There was no flyers. She was just basically, it was word of mouth. Come to my party. We're seniors, whatever. Just come through. I've just GP. Like, I'm good people. Come to my party. The party finally starts, and she got food. Her dad is there, but I think he was leaving. Which is why she ended up having a party. And her mom was gonna be upstairs. Her mom was still there. Her mom was gonna be upstairs. She just wasn't coming downstairs because she was having the party downstairs, like under the house. Because when you have a house on the river, those who know, like, they build them like high up. So, in case of flood, like, your house is high up or whatever. So we was having it like basically like the carport under the house was where the party was being hosted. So party's getting started. People are showing up, and she's excited because she was like, people are showing up to my party, because she really didn't think people was going to show up, because for whatever reason, like, she would always say, people don't really like me. Like, even to this day, like, when I would see her, that's been some years ago, but I started at a football game, and so, we was taking pictures, and she made the statement. She was like, y'all don't really like me anyway. We was like, what the, huh? I don't know what that's about. But anyway, she would always make that statement. So she was shocked that people were showing up to the party. And I was like, why do you feel like people don't really like you? She was like, people don't really like me. They really don't like me. They really don't meet me, is what she really said. But it's like, girl, at this point, either you're gonna have a good time or you're not. I don't know what the issue is. Either we're gonna have a good time or we're not. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Cool. Because my nickname in high school, even with my classmates still now, when they see me, it's not Angel, it's Shorty. 11 problems, baby. Nah, it was Shorty. So she was like, Shorty, you right, Shorty, you right. So we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. All right. So party is going on into play. People are coming through. People are staying. People are having a good time. And at this point in time, like, the drama, the trauma, the agonizing soap opera of my house had weighed on me enough, and I was excited. The simple fact that I was in the point of completion and on my way out. So they had drinks. I don't know if her mom knew or not, to be totally honest. I think she had somebody coming in and like bringing the drinks because we knew older people. So I think they were like bringing the drinks, and I don't think her mom knew. Like, I think like when her mom came to look, like there was one specific cooler there full of soda and water and stuff, and then like as the party went on, like we had older people bring a separate cooler in full of alcohol. So I started drinking the wine coolers, and I was walking around. I knew like my limit. First of all, I'm short, so the alcohol is not gonna stay in me anyway. I'm gonna pee it out quick, fast, in a hurry. I'm gonna pee it out. It's gonna stay there maybe 20-30 minutes, and she's gonna pee it out. The thing is how much I consume in that time of the 20-30 minutes. So I had gotten to the point where I knew how to maneuver and handle, because older people, I don't want to say older people, but well, people older than me in my family, like they knew how to handle their stuff. So it was like, this is what you do, this is how you maneuver, this is how you do the, you know how like you do the bread, like you know your ratio with food and alcohol, like so you don't get too drunk, you don't get sloppy drunk. The thing is not to get sloppy drunk, because literally there are different type of drunks in my family. There's the sloppy drunk, there's the funny drunk, and there's the angry drunk, and there's the feel good tipsy type vibe type people. I'm in that crew. I like to feel good, give me a nice little buzz. I'm not gonna get drunk, because the plot and how alcohol was weaponized against me in the beginning, that PTSD, baby, I'm not getting drunk, because the whole purpose was to get me drunk, to take advantage of me. So once that came into play of, oh, okay, alcohol can be used as a weapon, it was very, very apparent for me to make sure I controlled how much I was taking in, how much I was drinking, make sure I'm watching my consumption, my food ratio, not to get drunk, not to ever get drunk. Feel good, tipsy, buzz, know my limit, don't ever get drunk. So, party's going on, party is going on, we having a good time, and when the DJ shows up, I was like, yo, like I knew who the DJ was. Didn't know the DJ by his name, like his DJ name. You know how y'all have like DJ McScratch or whatever, DJ McComputer, DJ cell phone. But like I didn't know his DJ name, but I knew him. So lo and behold, the DJ was my sister's brother. Let me make it make sense. My sister has a different father from me and my brother. My father adopted her. But so she has other siblings with her father. So she would go get her siblings, and they would come to my mom's house. So I knew them. Like they were on the age, they were younger than me. Her brother was like around the age of me, and then her sister was younger than me. So we would, like, she would go get them to spend time with them or whatever. But of course, with her spending time with them, they were also spending time with me. So I kind of knew him. And she would do that, of course, during like high school and during that time. And then once she moved away, she got married and moved away. Of course, I didn't see them like that anymore. So when she told me who the DJ was and how he was, highly recommended, and people was like, oh, you definitely need to get him. You get him, your party gonna be hot. I didn't know who she was talking about, because I didn't know him by the DJ name. But once he showed up, and I was like, yo, like we hadn't seen each other in a long time. We started talking or whatever, and we was cool. We was kicking it, like not kicking it like at that time. We would like kicking it, talking at the catching up, not kicking it, because kicking it means something different now. So we was catching up at the party because we haven't seen each other in a long time. So I was like, oh, yo. And so she was like, oh, you know him? So I could have got a discount or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't think he was going to get a discount because I hadn't talked to him in years. But I do know him because I haven't, that's my sister's brother. And of course, people look at me like, but once you explain it, it makes sense. Anyway, party's going on, party's jumping. And while the party is going on, while the party is jumping, I am drinking. I am walking around the party saying, I'm a senior. I'm a senior. Even to the underclassmen who were my basketball teammates, because yes, I played basketball. I did a little razzle dazzle. But even my teammates, like, I would walk up to them, I'm a senior. Like literally, wine cooler, I'm a senior. All around the party. I don't know. Maybe it was the stress. I don't know. I can't even tell you how many bottles of wine coolers I had. But the gag is, I was still coherent. To them, I didn't seem coherent. I guess because most of the time I'm quiet. I am. I'm quiet, cool, laid back, calm and collective. Because I am monitoring, observing my surroundings all the time. I can laugh and talk and have a good time, and it's usually with the people like right beside me in my immediate area. But like at a party, usually most of the time I'm laid back, chill, I'm quiet, and I'm observing. So to my teammates, it was kind of odd seeing me being the way that I was, because I was just walking around, I'm a senior. Literally with a wine cooler, to the point where, dang, do I want to give her a name? No, I'm just saying my classmate. Yeah, my classmate who was hosting the party, she was like, okay, shorty, that's enough. And I was like, girl, I'm good. I'm good. Which I was. Like, I as I stated, after a certain amount, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm peeing it out. So, because I had access to the house, there was a bathroom downstairs that was for the party guests. I had access to upstairs because I was spending the night. Well, I wasn't spending the night. I was just helping her. I was just helping her get things together. So, and I was there before the party started. But I had access to upstairs because we were cool. So I had been to her house before. I had sorry y'all, hold on. Whole time I'm talking, child. Anyway, I gotta say all that again. I knew I had access to upstairs because I knew her mom. I knew of her brother, one of her brothers, but I knew the other one because she had two. I knew her cousins. I knew her uncle. I knew her aunt. Like I had access. I was VIP. I was VIP, so I was able to go upstairs and use the upstairs bathroom in the house, while they had to use the downstairs bathroom, which was strictly for the party. You don't let everybody in your house anyway. So anyway, like I said, like, I wasn't drunk, but I was feeling really, really good. But you wouldn't let me drive, so to speak. I was in the middle of tipsy, buzz, drunk type, like right there. Like I'm leaving tipsy, buzz, and tipping and tapping on drunk. You just wouldn't let me drive. But I'm still coherent. I still know what's going on. But, of course, people are looking at me kind of crazy because it's not my character. It's not how I usually act. So, of course, to them, I appear drunk. Anyway, so, at this point in time of the party, even with my teammates laughing at me or whatever, because, again, it's not my character. But they're having, the dudes who were like these big time dancers who would come if they came to your party was lit too. I'm not sure if she paid them or not, or if they came off GP. I like butting in on y'all stories, huh? But if I remember correctly, she had another friend, and that friend knew the dancers, and so they showed up because that friend asked them off GP. I don't know. I can't remember. But they end up showing up to the party, which brought a lot of people from the city to her party that, of course, she didn't know. But the party was lit. The party was lit. We was having a good time. So at this point in the party, it's they're dancing. So called it's the dance off, and they're trying to get the crowd into it. So one of our homegirls, which is her cousin, but she was my homegirl. She was real cool. She, especially for her age, we was out again still in high school, but in high school we're thick country gals, cornbread. You could say we were thick, not fat, thick. So she was it's this thing that was called the shake dance. And so when you dance, when you move, like your whole body shakes, but it still flows with the rhythm. And she was extremely good at it. She's extremely beautiful, and she could shake dance. She literally, it was like, tear it up. So they cheer her on or whatever. And so we noticed, like, once the girl started dancing, the boys would surround her in a circle. And so and then they started getting close, and she was like, so she kind of, breaked out from it. And so they was like, oh, no, come dance again. She was like, no, I'm good. And so we was like, what happened? And so she was like, I'm just ready to go. So they end up leaving. The homegirl ended up leaving with another one of our classmates. She left. She didn't say what happened, what went down, or whatever. So anyway, during this time, what was it called? I can't remember the dance. I can't remember the name of the song. I think it was the Bankhead Bounce. I think the song was like, what's up? I think that dance was like big time during that time, like just like, yeah, like certain people had like the jerk or all that, whatever. I want to say the Bankhead Bounce was big time, and like, and if you could Bankhead Bounce, and if you could Bankhead Bounce real fast, like you was that girl, or you was that dude when you can do it real fast. But I could Bankhead Bounce real fast. Most of the time, I mean, I could dance. I just didn't do it often. I would have mini concerts in my house. I was by myself. I would be having a good time, especially when I was completely by myself and I ain't had to worry about being attacked. Baby, my house was lit all by itself with just me having mini concerts to video. So y'all had 106 in Park. We watched 106 in Park too, but we had video. So we had TRL. We had, what else did we have besides video? So we had Midnight Love. We could watch videos on a constant, literally. So if it wasn't that, we was dancing to the radio. Either way, I was having concerts, baby. I thought I was a musician. I was on tours. I would have my own singing stuff. Yeah. Anyway, you get it. You get the picture. You get it. Anyway, so I think he played the song, like, what's up? I think that's the name of the song. Child. I'll play a snippet if I can find it. But he played it, and so I, feeling good, feeling buzzed, and we're at a party, go in, and I'm doing the Bankhead Bounce, right? So I'm doing the Bankhead Bounce, chilling, not thinking nothing of it, hit it fast. Dude picked me up. And when he picked me up, he leans me back, and all I feel is like hands going at my cookie snatch. And I'm slapping hands. Like, what we doing? And then I'm pushing off this. And I was like, yo, that's why she left. I'm thinking that while I'm fighting for my life to get out this circle. So I'm like, because they literally, once you get in the circle, they close in, they surround you. You're in the circle, they close in slowly, surround you. And then one dude picks you up, lean you back, and the rest of the dudes try to put their finger in your cookie snatch. So I'm slapping hands. I'm fighting to get this dude down. And once I'm fighting off, dude was like, dang, you got hands. And I was like, what kind of bull is this? And they was like, oh, you drunk. So you trying to play, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. And I was like, no, I know exactly what I'm talking about. So I end up like, one of my teammates, once I got in the circle, she was like, oh, shorty. And I was like, no, baby. I was slapping hands. And I was like, and that's why the other homegirl left. I was like, that's why she left. Because when they surrounded her, literally, I don't know if they made contact, but that's what you were trying to do. Leave it to some little boys, crazy little boys, to ruin a good time. So of course, after that, once people figure out what you're doing, don't nobody want to dance. Don't nobody want to be around it. Like, everybody, it's like, at this point, no, you need to leave. Like, go somewhere. And so they was basically trying to play it off, because of course I'm loud with it, and they were basically trying to play it off like, oh, you drunk, she drunk, don't pay her no attention. And I was like, then why did the old girl leave? Why did my homegirl leave? Why did she leave? Because she left right after dancing with y'all. And they was like, no, it ain't like that. And I was like, yeah, that's a wrap for me. And I was like, so yeah, she was like, okay, my classmate who was throwing the party, she was like, okay, let's break it down. I want to ruin the party. Let's eat. Because she had food. They could eat. So, of course, now, nobody don't want to dance because y'all done killed the vibe with the sexual assault. Y'all trying to sexual assault all the, like, because the girls, of course, she left. You see me fighting for my life. Nobody don't want to dance. So, you can go. There's no need for you to be here. So, of course, after day 8, they left. So, the DJ, he was still there, and and like I said, we knew each other. So he came over and he was like, you straight, you good? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, I saw you throwing your hands. And I was like, and did. Of course I didn't say that, but it was like, yeah, hold on. Okay, because due to the fact that I don't remember the slang from years ago, so basically I just agreed using today's slang. And did, yeah, like I agreed. I was throwing those bowls. Because you're not about to be putting your hands in everybody's hands in my cookie snatch. And then let's think about that. We're at a party, fully clothed, having a good time. Why are you trying to put your fingers in people's cookie snatches? We're at a party. You were invited because you had a reputation of being great dancers and making the party hype. Now, here you come. And we realize your reputation is greatly embellished. Because if that's what you're doing at parties, ew. So, luckily, they didn't destroy the party. Party still continued. They left. And our homegirl who had left before, who did the shake dance, she came back. And other people came back. And we still end up having a good time because the negativity left. So, we still end up having a good time. Like I said, the DJ was still there. We was catching up because we knew each other previously. And so, he was like, yo, come to the pool party. That's why I was like, was it a pool there? He was like, come to the pool party. Like, I'm going to be DJing at a pool party. I think it was like the week after. Yeah, I think it was like the week after. He was like, come to the pool party. I'm DJing at, a week later, like, come through. Like, I don't mind, like, we need to catch up. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, anyway, he was like, but you good? You straight? Because at this point, he, in between your sets, like, we were talking. And he was like, you good? You straight? Because he was getting ready to go. And at this point, after the homegirl came back, and then after people came back and the party was good and we was eating and having a good time, of course, like, now at this point, the party is winding down. And so there's only like a few of us, and even with it being a few of us, we're still drinking. And then also still her mama's like, at this point, wrap it up. Wrap it up, because it's starting to get dark. And at this point, I was like, well, okay, it's time for me to go home. And I had a car. So she was like, no, my classmates who was throwing the party, she was like, yeah, no, you're not driving. And I was like, girl, I'm straight, I'm good. She was like, no, you're not driving. She was like, so let's go get you some clothes. And I was like, girl. She was like, no, let's go get you some clothes. So it was literally me, her, the homegirl who did the shake dance, because I'm not gonna give her a name, just call her homegirl. The homegirl who's doing the shake dance. Another one of our classmates who was a boy. I can mention his name because literally he really didn't do nothing bad or anything. So Wick was still there. That's his nickname. Wick was still there. So Wick was still at the party, and then it was somebody else. Who the hell else was there? It seemed like it was two other people there with Wick because we didn't leave him by himself. Seemed like it was like two other people there when we left the party. And so she was like, we're gonna drive, let us drive your car to go get her some clothes. We're coming back. Now mind you, we're seniors. Now my car was brand new, but my car was still being teased and talked about because at the time my car was a Hyundai, and you know, in Hyundai during that time people was ragging on it and talked about it and joked about it because it was coming out. It was freshly brand new, and now looking at Hyundais, yeah. So, but doing that, my car was freshly brand new off the lot, literally freshly brand new off the lot. And I can remember going to my homegirl house, and like it had this, I had left it running, it had this smell. And so her mom and her cousin made jokes about my car. Brand new off the lot, no miles, nothing. And so they made jokes so bad, and I felt so uncomfortable. Like I went home and I was like, I want to sell the car because people kept joking on the car. And so my granddaddy went and he looked at the car and he was like, crank it up, let it run, let me smell it to see what they're talking about. And so when he smelled it, he was like, sweetheart, he was like, the coating that they put on the engine to make it shine, that's what's burning off. He was like, there's nothing wrong with the car. That's what's burning off. He said, and most of the time, people who make jokes about stuff like that don't know what it is because they probably never had a brand new car off the lot. And I was like, and he was like, and they kids, do they have a car? And I was like, no, they don't. He said, exactly. Which was true. Anyway, so we were in Wick's car driving from classmate's house. We were in Wick's car driving from classmate's house to go get me some clothes. Because she was like, there's no way you are driving home. And I was like, girl, I'm fine. She was like, there's no way I'm going to let you drive home. Because as I stated, I was walking around the party the whole time drinking wine coolers. But a lot of times people don't realize, and like I said, it was out of character for me because usually I'm chill, laid back, and just observing. But I haven't even scratched the surface of the stuff that happened to me inside my house. And a lot of times, the little stuff that I have let on and people are uncomfortable, they don't even have a clue. I haven't even scratched the surface. But that's neither here nor there. So since it was out of character, of course, people don't know. I know how to maintain my alcohol. And so she was like, no, baby, no. I'm going to take you and we're going to get you some clothes. So I was like, well, okay. So at the time while we were driving, as I stated, we live in the country. So deers pop out, armadillos, foxes, coyotes. You're lucky to see you're happy to see anything with the wildlife pertaining out of there because, like I said, we live in the country. So we were taking a different road to get to my house. We were taking a long route, and I don't know why we were joyriding. We were joyriding. I was just about to say, why was we taking this road anyway? We were joyriding. We were just joyriding in this man's car. Lo and behold, an armadillo runs out in the street, and my classmate who was throwing the party was like, "Ooh, got your ass!" Boom, 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 boom. She ran over it. Now, if you grew up in the country, you knew not to run over an armadillo because armadillos, the outside protecting is extremely hard, and it could jack up your car. It could jack up your tires. So you try to avoid hitting the armadillos. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why she hit it, but she hit it. Y'all, after she got your ass, and me, her, because it was me, classmate who threw the party, me, and the homegirl are in the car. Once she said got your ass, because when we saw it, of course, we was like, girl, miss it, swerve. She was like, nah, got your ass, hit it. And even after she hit it, we bust out laughing and was like, girl, because, yeah. Y'all, I wouldn't even give it a mile. You heard boom, 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 boom. We looked at her. You got a flat tire and it's a boy car. You got a flat tire and it's a boy car. Y'all, we are on a street with no street lights. It is completely dark. During this time, there are no cell phones. There are only pagers. As far as I know, I didn't have my pager on me. My pager was at her house. I don't even know if she had a pager. I don't even know if homegirl in the back had a pager. We are in the dark, sitting in the car on the road. We're sitting there like, girl, what are we about to do? What are we about to do? What are we about to do? Now, mind you, as I stated, Wick's car wasn't no shiny brand new something, but it got him back and forth, and it was his. And he could drive, and he could get to work, and he could do what he needed to do. No, it wasn't brand new, spanking new, but it was his. And during that time, baby, when you had a car, it didn't matter if dang on you had string and it tied together and that mud cracked up, we was riding, because gas then was 99 cents. We was riding. We didn't care. You have to have a brand new whip, baby. We was riding. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. We gonna ride. We don't care what it look like. Let's ride. So we sitting on the side of the road, chill, sitting there contemplating life, because we're trying to figure out how we gonna call and get in touch with Wick to say we on the side of the road because you got a flat tire. So we're sitting there contemplating the story, because your crazy ass done ran over this dang on armadillo, and now this dude got a flat tire who shouldn't have a flat tire, because you ran over an armadillo when you should have missed the armadillo. But you ran over him. I don't know why. So we're sitting there saying, okay, what's the story we're going to come up with? Number one. Number two, and we got to find a phone, because we got to call somebody, because we can't go no further. We can't go any further. We can't go any further. So, I can't remember who. It was somebody else there. I think it was, maybe I don't want to call no names, but it was other people there, because they end up coming to get us. Anyway, so we are on this dark road, literally not too far from the main street, but that's kind of dark too, because like I said, we're in the country and we barely have street lights. It's street lights here and there. So it's like, girl, we gotta walk, because we need to go knock on somebody's door to call, because there's no cell phones. We don't have no pages. Yeah, so classmate who threw the party was like, girl, y'all, before we get out this car, we gotta come up with a story. What's the story? She was like, we can't mention the armadillo. We're not gonna mention that I ran over the armadillo. We're just gonna say we was driving and you got a flat. That's your story, we sticking to it. That's your story, we sticking to it. So I was like, now we gotta get out this car and we gotta walk, because we gotta call somebody to come get us, because we can't go any further. We can't sit here in the dark. We got to get out and walk. So now 3 of us are walking in this dark road on this dark road, no street lights, walking to the main street, and now hoping somebody is going to open their door to let some strangers use their phone. So we walking, we finally get to the main street, which was right in front of a church. And I don't remember the name of the church, but it was right there in front of a church. In front of the church, it's the white church. I don't remember the name of the church, y'all. Anyway, we're right there on that road in front of the church. We're right there in front of the church. So we're walking, and luckily there are like a few houses right across the street from the church. It's maybe like one or two. And now we gotta hope whoever stays in this house, because of course we don't know them, they open the door. So 3 girls, no car, pitch black dark, appear out of nowhere, and we're knocking on this stranger's door. First knock, nothing. Second knock, nothing. Third knock, you can see, because like if somebody has curtains, not really with blinds, if you do it right, you can't really see them people, but they have curtains, like you can see like when somebody moved the curtains. So you can see like a person moved the curtains, but we couldn't see the person because the house is dark too. Like clearly, I guess you were in the bed. So you hear a voice on the other side of the door, which was the man that said, "What you want?" What you want? What you want? So, classmate who threw the party was like, say something. And homegirl, so I was like, "Excuse me, sir, so sorry to bother you, but we got a flat tire on the other side of the road, and we just really need to call our friends to come pick us up. We won't stay in." I say, if you just let one of us in to use the phone, right, we just need to call our friends to come pick us up. Honestly, that's what's going on. And so, of course, he was quiet. And I was like, so in our community at this time, everybody knew everybody. And so you kind of like throw out names. And so my grandfather was, fairly popular. So, and then my mom was too, because she was a cop. So it was like, whew, let me throw out this name and see. And I was like, I'm James Baker granddaughter. So I was like, I just need to use your phone. So luckily he knew my grandfather. So he was like, oh, okay. He was like, baby, what you doing out this time of night in the dark? And I was like, well, we got a flat tire. So I just need to call, my friends. I was like, I'm gonna let my friend come in, and all of us don't have to come in. We just need to use the phone so they can come pick us up, and we'll wait. We'll wait by the car on the dark road. He's like, it's over there on the road. So me throwing out my grandfather's name, he opened the door. Luckily, he opened the door. So he opened the door, and I was like, I gave him my name. I was like, I'm Angel. And I was like, I promise, I was like, my friend's gonna come in and she's gonna call her house so we can, they can come pick us up. And I was like, and me and the other girl will stand over here. So you won't think like this is something funny or crazy, right? Because it's dark. It's pitch black dark, y'all. Like, it's dark. The only light that's shining now is because now you done turned on your porch light. So once he turned on the porch light, he see like it's literally 3 of us, and he picked his head out and he looking around like to make sure to check his surroundings, because I can understand girls out of nowhere. There's no cars, no nothing. It's on a pitch black dark road. We ain't called before we come. None of that is like, this don't make no sense. There's no car. Like, literally, it's just 3 girls at your door. So he was like, okay, baby. And I was like, so we'll stand down here. And so he was like, well, y'all don't need to stand in the dark. Y'all can come on in. And I was like, no, we gonna stand, because still, even with you letting us use the phone, we gonna stand right here. We gonna stand right here because we don't know you either. You know what I'm saying? So, a classmate who threw the party goes in. She calls her house and says, her mom answered the phone, of course, and she was like, hey, can you tell Wick to come to the phone? She was like, just say Wick. Tell Wick to come to the phone because we're at the store and we couldn't remember what he wanted from the store. Yeah, we got to be quick with it. We got to be quick with it. So, her mama calls him and he comes to the phone. And so she says, we got a flat tire in your car and we need to be picked up. And so, he was like, okay. And so that was literally the end of the conversation. So luckily there was still people. There was 2 other people there. And I want to say who the person was, but I don't want to say because I don't want to be wrong. But he wasn't there by himself. So literally he had somebody to come and bring him. To come and bring him to come get us. And to bring him to his car. Because now you need to figure out your car situation. But I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Anyway, so once she got off the phone, she was like, okay, they said they're on their way. She told them where the car was located and what street we was on. And so we told him thank you. Told the old man thank you. He was like, y'all don't need to go back on the dock road. We was like, we have to because that's where we told them, we're waiting. We will be waiting for them. And he was like, you sure? Country. You sure? Yes, sir. We're sure. Like, we gonna go away by the car. I sure appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's your name so I can let my granddaddy know that you let me use his phone to when I was when I needed help. So he told me his name and I was like, oh, okay. He was like, I'm gonna ask him if you his granddaughter. I was like, I know that. Literally covering my ass. Literally, I'm covering my bases. I'm covering my bases, honey. Cause yeah, like I said, in this community at this time, everybody knew everybody. So if you walking down the street and you need a ride and somebody recognize you or they recognize somebody in your family or who your people, where you going, they'll give you a ride. So we go back to the car and we're sitting in the pitch black dark. We're sitting in the pitch black dark waiting for them to come get us. They come get us. And while they come get us, Wick was like, I'm gonna go. He was like, before he left, he was like, I called my daddy already. I'm gonna sit here with my car and wait for my daddy to come get me. And he was like, I had a good time at the party. I'll see y'all at school on Monday. And we was like, oh man. I was like, Wick, I'm so sorry. Like, he was like, no, you straight, cause like you can't control a flat tire. And I was like, yeah, you right. I'm sorry, Wick. Cause he's still my Facebook friend. I'm sorry, Wick, about your tire, even though I wasn't driving. Sorry. So anyway, they came and get us and they took us back to the house and we got in my car. So she's driving my car and we're taking a whole different route, the normal route to get to my house. So we go to my house, we pull up. So she was like, girl, let me make sure you straight, because remember, my mom is a cop. And I was like, girl, I'm fine. Like, we done did all of this. And you was talking about, let me make sure you straight. I'm fine. She's like, girl, let me smell your breath. Let me make sure. I was like, I'm fine. Y'all the one who tripping. I could have drove myself home and came and got in my bed. And I was like, but you being a friend, you won't give me my keys. It is what it is. So we go in the house. We go in the house, and of course my mom is there, and I was hoping she wasn't, but she was. She was home. We go in the house, and she knew, like, I was at a party. She knew where I was. And so we go in, and we walk upstairs, because our house was downstairs. It was a 2-story house. So she is in her room. Yeah. So they come in with me. They was like, we're going to come in with you. They come in with me. And so when we walk in, I made them stop like in the foyer walkway before we walked upstairs, because if she's in her room, like, she's comfortable. And so I was like, Mom. So she was like, yeah. And so I was like, my friends are here with me. So if you're like, you need to put on a robe or anything, like you got your nightgown, you need to put on a robe. And so I was like, because I need to ask you something. And so she was like, okay. And I was like, because my friends are here with me, so you need to put on your robe. So she put on her, I was like, you decent? She was like, yeah. So I started walking upstairs. They walking upstairs with me. And so we met like in the hallway type situation. I don't think, had I moved downstairs yet? I can't remember. But I know, like, basically, like, when you walk upstairs in our house, like, when you walk through the door, it's a split level. So you can walk upstairs or you can walk down. Like, when you walk in her old house. It's not our house anymore. When you walk in, you can walk upstairs or downstairs. Like, it was a split when you walk in. So you walk upstairs, and then if you turn to the right, that's the living room. We walk through the living room, kitchen, and then you can walk to the back. And when you go to the left is a bedroom, master bedroom, bathroom. So we're like literally in the hall, like right there in the hallway. Once we walk upstairs, we're right here in this little cut. So she walked out of her room, and so she's right there in the hallway. We met in the hallway. So I was like, Mom, I'm gonna stay spend the night Mom, I'm gonna spend the night at the classmate who threw the party. I'm gonna spend the night at her house because I don't even know what I said. I know I was like, I'm just spending the night at her house. Like, we having a good time, and I was like, and I wanted to come get your permission. I know I remember this part. I know I was like, I want to come get your permission because I was supposed to come home. And I was like, so I came to get clothes. And so she was like, so you couldn't call me? And I was like, nah. I was like, we was already out. We went to the store, and I was like, so I don't want to be late for curfew. So let me come ask you, and I could just go ahead and get clothes. So we just standing there. Like, my mom, I'm 4'11". My mom, I think at the time I might have been 4'9". And my mom is 5'1". She's like 5'1". So at the time, and as I said, my mom was a cop. So at the time, like, she's standing there, she got on her green robe. She got on her green robe, she's standing there, she looking at me like this. And I was like, and so she leaning, she looking at my eyes. And she said, mm-hmm. And I was like, mm-hmm, is that a yeah, I could go spend the night? Or I said, because if not, like, I got to take these girls back. I got to take them back home. You don't know, classmate who threw the party is driving my car. Well, I don't know if you know. You might have looked out the window. I don't know. But at this point, I was like, if not, I got to take these girls back home. And then I'm going to be a little late for my curfew. And so she said, you think you slick, Angel? She's like, but go ahead. Yeah, you can spend the night. Okay. Went in my room, got my clothes to spend the night, and then we left. Get in the car. When we get in the car, a classmate who threw the party was like, and I was like, girl, she was like, girl, your mama know you was drunk. And I was like, I'm not drunk. I'm tipsy. I feel real good, but I'm not drunk. And so she was like, well, she know. I was like, I'm pretty sure she knows, like, it's some alcohol going on. And I was like, you can't really smell nothing. And I was like, but she probably was, coasting the eyes type situation. You know how cops be trying to look at your eyes and stuff. You know how cops be looking at your eyes, like, because they supposed to be like glossed over or whatever. When you supposedly intoxicated, it's something your eyes be doing or whatever. So she was looking. I was like, yeah, it is what it is. We're in the clear. Let's go. So a classmate who threw the party, homegirl, we all get in the car. Sigh relief, we're done. We with the fiasco of walking on the dark street. Got my clothes. We go back to a classmate who threw the party house. There's still, I think, 1 or 2 people there. Yeah. There's like 1 or 2 people there. So we decided, once we got there, put my clothes down, her mom was at this point, was still chilled, letting her do whatever she wanted to do. So she was like, ooh, like, what we about to do? So we was like, let's go to the city with the 2 dudes who was still there. She was like, let's go to the city. So homegirl was like, I don't want to go to the city. Y'all can drop me off home on y'all way to the city if y'all still going. And I was like, well, if you want to be dropped off home. And the other 2 dudes was like, I think we about to go home too. And I was like, we might as well chill and call it a night. So we took homegirl home. Once we took homegirl home, we went back to her house. Once we got back to her house, we recapped the night, recapped everything that went on, and went to sleep. So yeah, this is the first entry for the drinking series of how my journey with alcohol comes into play. And it's not just gonna be stories about me, it's gonna be other stories as well. But yeah. So yeah, this story is called The Senior Party. I can't remember what the name. The Senior Party. That was literally the first time people saw me, like, I want to say go above and beyond with alcohol, but saw me in a different light with alcohol. And literally, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't drunk. I was just celebrating. I had ooh. Y'all be tripping about the little stuff that I tell now and don't even realize it was so much worse. And it's just stuff that I'm just gonna take to my grave, to be honest. Anyway, so yeah, I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.